Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer, and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samlin. I'm the principal of Samlin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud lawyers who care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Nicole Brenecki. She is a partner at Jodré Brenecki, a law firm serving clients in New York and New Jersey. And Nicole specializes in personal injury and labor law, as well as employment and wage law. Welcome, Nicole.
Hi, good morning. Thank you for having me.
Sure. So, Nicole, tell us how you became a lawyer. What brought you to the field?
To be completely honest with you, it was my mom's idea, not mine. and I just went with it for what I thought back then was the peace of mind of just let me do what she wants me to do. So she gets off my back. Little did I know, I ended up in this knee deep, and now I enjoy what I do, but it took me a long time to get to the point where I enjoy what I do because I didn't like the going to school part. Once I started practicing, and it became a hands-on experience. And when we started dealing with actual people with actual problems and seeing how it affects actual life, that's when I really, truly became interested in it.
So, question, is your mom still with you?
Yes, my mom is still with me, and she sees what I'm doing, and she seems happy about it.
Okay, great. And what brought you into this particular area of law or areas of law?
Also not really intentional. So when I was finishing law school, I needed to find some jobs and put myself somewhere out there, start making money, even before we started preparing for the bar. So I applied for jobs, and I had jobs with different attorneys, some solo practitioners, someone doing real estate litigation, this and that. Somehow it was always revolving around litigation. I think I very clearly was attracted to this adversarial nature of it. So when I was looking for jobs, I was looking for something along those lines, but I did not specifically seek to become part of the personal injury field. I simply, as part of getting jobs, I got a job at one of those firms. It was a pretty big Manhattan firm dealing with personal injury on a large scale. And that's when I learned the mechanisms of that. And after that, I went to work for a defense firm, insurance defense firm, for a very short period of time. And I'm sure we'll get into that a bit later in the podcast. But from there, started my own firm with my partner. And we've been doing that since. It's been almost 6 years now.
Wonderful. So, when we were talking just before this podcast started, we were talking about, do we want to talk about process? Do we want to talk about, something, a great client story? And this almost seems to be an intersection of that, where we were talking about, insurance companies, and we saw the death of the tragic death of the United Healthcare division president. And, there's been a public response that has been both kind of chilling and heartfelt and real on so many different levels. And yet you're dealing with that from the inside. So when someone gets a procedure turned down, you see, how that affects folks and how you, manage that from a legal standpoint. Can you speak a little bit about that?
Yes. So a very, very interesting segue based on the murder of the CEO of the insurance company, because definitely the reaction of the society shows the problem at large that we're dealing with right now. And it's not something that's really discussed out there on a large scale. And I think it's mostly because these companies are very big and very powerful, and they simply have the means and methods to not get the message out there. But this young gentleman, had an undertaking, regardless of what we think of what he did. What he did then sparked a reaction in the society that, as you said, was chilling and was shocking. But it speaks to the problem. And you are very correct. I deal with that every single day in my profession. What makes it slightly different, though, is that I guess he was trying to highlight situations where people's medical procedures are being denied, or insurance companies are delaying medical treatment. What I deal with is slightly different because we have people who are injured due to negligence of third parties who are insured. People pay businesses just like my own, like you, I'm sure as well. We pay insurance premiums so that if we are negligent in how we maintain a property, let's say, or how we drive our vehicle, because as we know, it all happens to us. And actually, that's why insurance companies were formed to begin with, was to protect people from that risk. But we all pay those premiums, and these companies take those premiums and become incredibly profitable. The problems start when you make a claim, and then that claim needs to be addressed by them, and they have to evaluate it. And this is where my problems start, because people come to me and they have various injuries from accidents, and they have accidents in settings that are insured, and there is usually plenty of money to cover these people damages, their future medical costs, and all that. The problem starts when you begin negotiating a case, and in 9 out of 10 cases, you just simply receive a very low ball offer. And it may seem like, okay, if you're a good attorney and you know how to advocate for people, then you can maximize the value of the claim. Sure, we all have the skill set to do it. Some of us do it better than others. But the problem is that it takes a very long time, because what they do is delay the resolution. So they get defense counsel, we go to court, and then a lot of things happen that are simply unnecessary. And then what happens to me is my clients call me and ask me, hey, why is it taking so long? This should not be taking so long. I literally had, let's say, an ankle surgery, and I'm done treating, and I'm out of work. I don't have money. What's taking so long? And my main frustration is I have to spend hours and hours explaining to them that it's not us, it's not you, it's the insurance company who, despite sitting on a pile of money, makes sure that you get tired, that you drop out of your claim somewhere, that something happens to you. They take that chance. Well, our court system is not making this easier, because the court system is also dysfunctional and takes a very long time. So my only remedy as an attorney when I'm dealing with an insurance company that's stalling is to go to court, but the court is stalling as well. So then sometime 6 years down the road, when we come to the day when we pick a jury, that's when they come and they give money. And it, in my opinion, is a little bit of a stupid model, because they actually end up paying much more in the end, because that client, frustrated after 6 years of waiting, is not going to take, let's say, the 300,000 that you maybe offered him 6 years ago. Now he is thinking about 3 million. So you end up paying that money, you take the risk, you end up paying that money. I'm not sure how that entire model works out for them. It has to work out somehow, because they're making such profits. But this is causing a lot of frustration to the injured people and to small and medium-sized attorneys like myself. Obviously, we're not like Selena or Morgan & Morgan. They probably don't care about what happens down the road with their clients, or maybe they do. But we are in it every day on the field with these people, and we know what the suffering is caused by. And it's insurance companies, period.
What's the solve? How do you solve it?
Well, as I said, normally you would think if the adjuster doesn't want to resolve it with you in a meaningful manner over the phone, then you can go to court. That is a solution, because you are entitled, living in this country, paying taxes, you're entitled to see a jury, and then the jury can give you a verdict, and then they have to pay. But that takes a very long time. So if you ask what is the solution to that, well, I would say we have to go up to politicians and to our legislature, and we have to ask them, why is there no reform of the justice system? Why don't we have uniform discovery rules? Why, for instance, in the city of New York, every single court has different rules and moves at a different pace? There's no uniformity. There's no accountability when it comes to civil litigation. There are so many cases, there are not enough judges, and everything is very, very overloaded. So if we, at its very core, reform the justice system itself, I think there would be way, way more accountability for the insurance companies, and the injured plaintiffs would get to the money faster, and their lives would be less damaged.
Everyone, thanks to my guest, by the way, Nicole Brenecki, a partner at Jodré Brenecki. Nicole, can you provide our audience with your contact information?
Absolutely. So our firm is called Jodré Brenecki LLP, and our website is jodrebrenecki.com. You can also Google us, Nicole Brenecki, my law partner, Jordan Jodré. My phone number is 347-563-2605. And we serve the New York state and New Jersey state as well regarding accident cases and as well as employment law cases. This is another field of law where people are very often mistreated by their employers and are unaware of their rights as to, whether they're entitled to get overtime, whether they're discriminated at their workplace. It's another very robust field of law that resembles the accident stuff pretty much to a great extent. So we combine those two and we somehow provide like a one-stop shop. So if you're injured, then I'm also going to ask you, well, did any employer not pay you overtime maybe in the last 6 years? Maybe we can look at that too and get you some cash from there. So people really like that complex treatment, and we offer that in our firm.
Wonderful. Good to know. Nicole, thank you. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. I think Nicole is a perfect example of that. If you're an attorney or know one who does go above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us, 914-666-6600. Number again, 914-666-6600. Nicole, thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you very much.